Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more Hardspace Shipbreaker. I'm still enjoying this. I'm very much enjoying this, and funnily enough, there's kind of some nostalgia tied in. Someone did point out that they're going to get to a point where the narrative is going to come over the sort of radio while we shipbreak in the yard. It's not just going to be in here, but as we discovered previously, you can mute the speech volume. Now that might what's resynth? Oh, maybe that's the robot lady. Because that's what we're saying. It might mute the robot lady as well. We don't know. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But at the same time, I'm getting I don't want to be gross about it, but I am getting a little bit of a kick out of commenting on the story as we go, right? It's one thing that at its core, I don't like what the story's substance is, but I also think that the way that they're delivering the narrative is actually quite poor writing. Like, there's two prongs to it, and one of them arguably is subjective, right? I don't like the story personally. That's fine. That's okay. I'm entitled to do that, but that shouldn't be the be all and end all. But we might, until it gets unbearable, we might just sort of do a bit of commentary on the reasons why I and so many people don't like the story, because so many people are quick to, I've seen on Twitter that echo chamber, it's just people are so quick to say that everyone hates this because it's like pro workers' rights and all that, and it's quite disingenuous. It's not the issue. It's the issue is just how intrusive it is. Anyway, I just thought I'd say that at the front. Now where are we at? Oh, you know what? Actually, I've ranked up. And there are some people getting annoyed of me harping on about the story, but I don't think you understand how much of a sticking point that is for people that bought this product for the game years before there was any story. So perhaps put yourself in their shoes, because I'm sort of talking on behalf of that chunk of people that are upset as well, because they didn't sign up for this browbeating. So what's going on here? What is this? Range plus 5 meters. Honestly, I don't really care. We're just going to buy everything at some point, aren't we? Right? That's the idea. What is this? Well, hang on. Is this like actual new tech? Push module. Durability drain. No, it's all just... Don't we already have this? How do I buy that? How much does it cost? LT 80. Oh, I already have that. I was going to say, yeah, I've already got the push. Okay, cool. So yeah, so this is all just percentages, which is kind of the worst kind of RPG upgrade. Plus 3% here, minus 2% there. All right, we need more LT for this. Increase our top speed. Right. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just keep buying these bloody increments and we'll be right. Okay, cool. Cool. I think we're pretty much done with that. Oh, we've unlocked level 4. That's right. We've got this. What is this called? Scout Patrol Craft. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that before. Oh, I can sort of mouse wheel through these. Okay, yeah, let's see what this thing's about. Power cell. Class 1 reactor. Yeah, okay, good. Here we go. And look, you know what? Still part of me is like, maybe the story will turn out to be brilliant and turn me around. I'm eternally open-minded. Not necessarily interested in bringing people down that like it either. You can like the story. That's fine. And we can still have beers at the pub. All right, so it's not pressurized. What's this bloody thing? Sensor array? Oh, cool. Bloody stick this big bloody testicle in there.
Salvage securing. Account credit applied.
All right, hang on. Now, that'll hurt that, so we probably want to be a bit careful here. Okay. Whoop.
Salvage security.
Just pull all your bits and
Applying
pieces
credit.
off. Okay. Okay. Let's have a look at this thing, eh? So,
Deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
look at that. Ooh. 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 What's this on the end? Thruster nozzle. Oh, is this a different type of thruster? Panel? Alright, well, let's not pull that off. I want to see what's going on the inside. What's this? An absolutely non-functional wing section. Got it. How do I get in here? There's the airlock. Oh. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Alright.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Give me that. Oh, whoops. Shift is down. I keep forgetting that. Space is up, shift is down. Alright, what's going on here? Oh. Oh. Look at this. Yeah, I've never seen this before. This is cool. It's cool to have another smaller ship. Okay, so we've got a lower deck. And then this will be our maintenance access. Okay. So that's the main body. This is also some sort of maintenance access. Alright, got a power cell there. Oh, there's our reactor. Okay. Now what's going on back here? Huh. Am I seeing this right? There doesn't seem to be maintenance access into that aft section. It's a bit strange that it's fully sealed off, don't you think? I mean, I guess... Okay. Let's have a look. Fucking stay still, dickhead. No, that doesn't seem to do it. What was the point of that? Let's not jump to conclusions, but I'm a bit thrown that we have this sealed aft section. Like, why is it totally sealed? Alright. Can't cut through it. You know what I mean? It's a little bit strange. This game's usually been pretty good at... Do we have... See, okay, so they're just giant thrusters. Is that what you're telling me? Is there no inside to them? Because it looks hollow, doesn't it? Unless there's no like door underneath it or anything. Okay. Oh wow. So I guess we can go in through the nozzle. Okay. Do-do-do-do-do. Interesting, the fuel pipe doesn't have anything on it. So there's no value to salvaging it anywhere.
Oxygen reserves are low.
Oh,
Reminder,
look at this.
asphyxiation
Flush fuel
can lead to
valve.
missed salvage goals.
From front. Flush fuel valve from the nacelles and conjoined pipes. Oh shit. That's cool. Oh look, it's like opened out. Oh, that's cool. See? How can I really hate this game when it's still got some cool stuff? So there you go.
Warning. Oxygen reserves critical.
There you go. They added some interesting. Like I'm very happy that they added like a smaller ship with some interesting stuff going on.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Because I'm quite fond of the smaller ships. I think they have their place. It can't just be bigger. You start running into the fucking Fallout problem. 16 times the size. It's like, no one fucking wants, well, no one with their brain screwed on wants a Fallout map that's larger and emptier. Give me something like Outer Wilds. Give me smaller and curated. This I love. I love the small, compact detail of the mackerel, and I quite like this as well. So this has done some sort of flush now. I see pipes that are now disconnected, and I see a bunch of fuel tanks. Alright. Now, are they going to crack the sads when I pull them out? I wonder. Fuel injector. Are we going to have a problem here? Maybe not. Okay, the injector's removable.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Can I pull you through the center? Okay, that's nice.
Salvage accepted.
Wasn't
Credits
there...
applied.
Okay, so there's only 2 fuel tanks? Okay, I see. Okay, yep. This is cool. I really like this.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
That's fucking cool. Alright. Happy with that. Happy with that. I'd be curious how it gets more complicated as well. Da-da-da. Second a snap. That's better. Da-da-da.
Salvage deposit secured.
Alright, in we go.
Credits awarded.
Oh wait, did the other one have equipment in the center? Can't remember. I can't remember if the corridor was as narrow as this.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Fucking cool, man. What happened there? Do-do-do. So,
Alright, Cutter. You got 5 minutes left. In
what's to
this
stop me
before
putting
the
this whole
lights are on.
injector straight in the barge? Oh, hang on. That back wall wants to go in the processor. Oh, whatever. It's done now. Oh, that's the wall I'd attached.
Credits
Ah.
Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
Very good. Okay, and then we got the back of the ship there. Right. Okay. Oh, look at this. Nav table. That's cool. Haven't seen that before. Right.
Salvage
How are we going? 4 minutes.
Credits.
And we're going to have to get the core out. Oops. Okay, there's fuel there.
Warning. Low oxygen reserves.
Pull all these brackets off. Oh, now isn't that interesting?
Warning. Critical oxygen levels
Cool.
detected.
Cool.
Consult the LYNX employee handbook on how to maximize your blood oxygen saturation.
I'm good, thanks. 2 minutes on the shift. We'll just do another one. Oh, okay, cool. Injector base plate destroyed. Whoops. Now, I don't think we leveled up, but we did get some more LT, right? And it would seem that you're incentivized to get to the last thing for more LT.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have one incoming transmission waiting.
Great.
Accurate.
Oh, here we go.
So this can be an awkward subject,
You
but
go on.
you've probably noticed LYNX doesn't take great care of us.
Wow.
Up until maybe
She
100
didn't.
years ago,
No, let me pause and comment. Oh, there we go. I was going to give it a chance. I'm not going to sit here and rant, but I was just like, wow. It took it 2 seconds.
workers like us would sometimes form these groups called unions
Oh,
and
no.
go toe-to-toe with the company.
Oh, my
They'd
God.
argue for better wages, safer work, decent hours, that kind of thing. LYNX was actually part of getting rid of them, but some of us are trying to bring them back.
Oh,
I can tell you're a good person and a hard worker. The company will use you up. It's just built that way. So I thought you might be interested in the union news group.
no, I'm not.
There are new messages every couple of days. Read them, don't read them, trash them, whatever. Just keep it on the down low. The others don't know about it.
Then why?
Weaver and D are a bit too...
Okay, so that's immediately predatory, right? If your cause is so good, then why are you going after the new dude and saying, don't tell anyone else? Do you not sort of see that? I haven't even commented on unions or the merit of them or anything like that. In fact, I'm sort of trying not to because I have mixed feelings. You would be surprised what I think. Some people probably just assume that I'm pro or against or whatever, but I'm not really weighing in. But my point is that let's just take the union argument out of it. Just remove it out and look at this sort of as objectively as you can within the merits of how this is being delivered. She's being predatory towards the new guy and saying, don't tell anyone else, they don't know. Okay, why don't they know? Why wouldn't you approach them? If you're trying to sort of unionize as a group, surely you would try and get everyone else in. It's very strange to behave that way, going around everyone else and going for the new guy before they can get their claws in them in a way, right? That's sort of, it's interesting.
by the book. Kaido was just too anxious. Poor kid. But I wanted you to have the info. I was glad someone gave it to me when I was new. Okay, spiel over. See you in the yard, Rook. Flew out.
It's just, yeah. I would love to know what happened inside the studio because there was no hint of any of this. And I would guarantee you if as part of the early access release, if they said, hey, we're planning on doing this fight the man, pro-union sort of ideological story bent, I guarantee you it wouldn't have sold nearly as well, right? Now, the developers surely are aware of this. So and for those that like, if you've made it this far and you disagree with me, I appreciate that, but most people will have already given me an angry comment. But you sort of see what I'm getting at. It feels like sleight of hand on behalf of the developers. Something changed or whatever during development, or if this was always the plan, that's kind of there's malice in that. If it was always the plan to, hey, let's not tell anyone and let's sell the copies. Now, I'm not saying that was the case, but it's one of the only two options. It's either they maliciously withheld the true intent to move copies, which is kind of deceptive marketing, or they changed the direction and decided to put a story in that wasn't necessarily part of the original package, or anyone that is looking at this honestly, objectively, sensibly would go, maybe something like this could be divisive and it probably should have been front loaded before we asked for money. So my point is this has been mishandled regardless of whether you're pro or against or any of that bullshit. It has been mishandled in its delivery. And my hope is that helps explain to those that want to go and signal on Twitter that they're brave by bashing people like me that really don't like this story and its implementation. All right? It's not so simple that I'm just some cunt that thinks unions are evil or anything like that. It's not actually the case at all. But it's very easy to just paint someone like me in that picture because I'm not going with the story. You're either with us or against us. And if you're against us, but you have complicated feelings on the issue, which is me, which is my position, I'm too complicated to deal with. I don't fit the narrative. So it's easier just to say he's a piece of shit that hates workers. He's not on our side. No, I'm somewhere in the middle, and I think you're delivering a story poorly. But again, that's a little bit too complicated for people to process when they're trying to be tribalistic about one side or the other. And here's the thing, I'm on no one's fucking side except mine. Okay, anyway. But we will continue. This is going to be part of this series, right? So if you don't want my fucking rants, switch off. Go. There's plenty of other YouTubers out there that'll tell you that this story is the greatest literary work of all time. I'm not that person. But nor am I going to pander to you. And I'm going to say I'm not big on counterculture either. I go my own fucking way. I'm issue-based. I make my own decisions, right? Now, you might hate the people pushing the narrative and think that they're out of line. Sure. But I'm not just going to throw in with people like that and just ride the hate train either. I'm going to assess it on its merit. And you never know, the story might turn around. Someone suggested maybe the chick's got a faulty clone, right? And the company throws her in the furnace because she's, there's something wrong with her clone's brain or something. And I'm like, you never know. And only one way to find out. Let's stick with the story. Okay, so I've upgraded a tiny little bit. I'm going to start shift. Now, what I wanted to know is the LT. See, look, the LT reward scales up if you can get there. So we are incentivized 24, but 21 and 24, and they're so close as opposed to 12 and 15 down here. So, and this was linear last time. I believe it was just 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. And it was, so it didn't incentivize you, but this does. This incentivizes you to stick with a vessel. So this is a positive change. In fact, I would say a lot of the gameplay loop is really, really good. Especially compared to when I sort of got burnt out on it and left, right? Tethers 11? No.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your
Tethers restored.
Okay. But look, at the very least, it's nothing if not... It's giving us something interesting to talk about. You know what I mean?
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Maybe I will actually, because I don't want to rant about it too much, and I kind of, if they're going to let me go in the shipyard like this now and leave me alone, then I might just calm down. Oh, here we go. What's this, searchlight? That's cool. But I think, you know, if you guys are curious, I will weigh in on my position on unions. I'm not trying to necessarily hold it back, but I actually have real world experience with unions. But maybe we'll save that for another episode. But I don't know. A part of me sort of wonders, the longer I leave it, I sort of alluded to some of my thoughts around it when we finished the last series. But if I just sort of leave it out there for people to make assumptions, it's just interesting what they assume, you know? Like, oh, I think you might be wrong there. Okay, so we should be able to just rip this out like a bloody wisdom tooth.
Account credit applied.
So there you go. No nuclear explosion for you. Okay, so that was pretty straightforward.
Salvage goal cleared. Rewards allocated.
Oh, wow, look how much we got for that. Holy dooly. All right. Okay. Just good to get an idea of what level the cut is. So let's go in the furnace. Yeah, so why doesn't the other thing have a window like that? What happened to my cable then? Oh, I accidentally hooked it to itself. Okay. So what's this? Flight terminal.
Transferring credits.
Cool. Oh fuck, I might have stuck something to the wall then. Nice.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
It's working out very well. Oh, pretty chuffed with that.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Okay.
Credits transferred.
Okay, cool.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
There's that door console, right? But I was mousing over that wire for a second.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited. Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Gorman chair. You always were an asshole, Gorman. Battery pack. That must have fallen out of a computer or something. Oh, it might have been floating free. It might have been floating free.
Salvage secured.
Alright, furnace,
Credit
scene out,
deposited.
processor.
Warning. Oxygen reserves are low.
Repair kit. I'll take the fuel. Oh shit. No, no, no. No, I want the fuel, please. Jesus Christ. I guess that's damaged now, maybe.
Oxygen reserves are critical. Reminder, employees are
No.
responsible for regulating carbon dioxide levels.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Apparently there are other modes someone was saying
Oxygen levels.
they probably want me to have a look at that have been added. I'm not sure what that means. I know there were the sort of weekly runs. Not that interested in them, to be honest. Huh. Now, I can't remember the specific details, but I managed to get a little bit of beef with all the speedrunners back in the day. Because, well, I mean, it's a problem that a lot of indie games can suffer from, where you have. Consider you're making a game, let's say, and you've got a handful of fans. No one knows about it, it has no mainstream popularity, and there's just a handful of people that give you feedback, right? Consider that those handful, now not to say that they have necessarily agendas, but you have to consider, you know, they're fans of your little obscure game and not the big mainstream game, and you could consider that maybe that's because they have an ulterior motive. I'm not saying that's always the case. It could just be that they've found a diamond in the rough, right? But if you're a dev giving sort of one-on-one time to like a handful of fans, you're giving them extra TLC that they wouldn't get if they followed another game. You know, that sort of is a bias to consider. But more broadly speaking, if you are getting pretty intense feedback from your community that is not ever really going to be representative of your core community, right? The 90% of whoever's playing your game doesn't say a fucking thing because they're not terminally online, or like even the people that comment on my channel, this is something that I have to face as well. Now, no offense, you guys, and I actually really love the feedback, but the feedback is not necessarily reflective or indicative of my majority base. Most people don't even put a thumbs up or a thumbs down on a video or a comment. Now, I'm not here to do the generic YouTuber fucking like, share, subscribe. No, that bullshit. But my point is, I'm sure you can grasp that, right? The idea that getting engagement from a community from the majority sort of stakeholder is, I would say, impossible, right? So when people give you feedback, it's usually quite impassioned and it usually smacks of bias. Consider the people that write me comments on this, for example, are either, yes, Scarlet, Slay Queen, you know, I'm being cheeky, but you know, you generally agree with my opinion and you positively reinforce it. Or you fucking hate me and you will, you know, you'll write me paragraphs about how I'm a piece of shit for not agreeing with you. And the thing is, neither of those opinions are super bloody reflective of the core, the main base, right? Majority of people probably don't give a fuck about the story or anything like that. All my rants, they just zone out and, you know, they're doing their taxes or something like that. But anyway, so what am I getting at? What I'm getting at is that indie game development seems to suffer from that problem as well. Let's actually, fuck it, we'll just go a little bit longer. I'll get the oxygen and we'll finish this shift. Oh no, I wanted tethers, didn't I?
Have a nice day. Cutter, if you're fixing to dot the I's and cross the T's, you got about 5 minutes to do it.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Anyway, so what I was sort of getting at is, and this predates the story, but essentially they had a pretty active small-scale Discord filled with your speedrunner types who were very, like I said, terminally online sounds a bit mean, but I think you understand what I mean. They lived in the Discord, they had this whole, and it's kind of cute, good for them having a community. They created this whole machine god furnace worship joke, which is cool, I guess, you know. But ultimately, they were actually an incredibly vocal part of their subculture was the speedrunning community, right? And they really directed a lot of the development decisions and feedback that the developers responded to. And I would argue that the developers took all that a little bit too seriously. And I'm saying the quiet bit out loud, right? Every bit of feedback is valuable, but I think any indie developer worth their salt will probably tell you, it's almost like I work with them all the time, it's my job, that you got to take it with a grain of salt. The feedback, the guy that writes you a huge page treatise on why we need to balance the reactor fucking eject timer from 0.2 to 0.3 seconds or something, right? It might be interesting, it might be really valuable treatise, but you got to also understand that the dude's almost a little bit unhinged because he took the time to write a fucking essay for a game that hardly anyone plays. So my point is that there is a bias. There is a bias in there. It's an attention-related thing, I suppose you could say. I'm not necessarily saying these people are doing it maliciously. Now, how do I unbuckle this bulkhead? What's going on here? Oh, you know what? There might be some catches there. But you sort of take what I'm saying. Anyway, so I said something similar to what I'm saying right now. And I got a whole bunch of angry fucking speedrunners writing very mean comments on my channel. So they sort of helped, they kind of proved my point. So... But, you know, if for some reason they're watching this, I did actually clean my shadow ban list out because I'm not big on that, and I'm also big on redemption as well, right? So chances are they could leave a comment and I'll see it, you know, and it might just be them fucking screaming at me again, or whatever, as is their right. As is there, right? But yeah, so that was a little bit of controversy, but that was back in the days. What I would kill to go back to the days where I was headbutting with the fucking speedrunners, as opposed to dealing with this fucking story. Is this all furnace? I like that it's yellow for furnace. That's good. All right, now what's going on here? How do I detach you? 1800, 80. Oh, you might already be detached. Is that what's going on here? Oh, you are too. Oh no, wrong button. Oh, bro, look at this. I think we're good.
That's 1 minute left on the clock, Cutter.
Shut up.
1 minute left.
I can do this. Anyway, so I never really disliked the speedrunners. In fact, honestly, oh, that's supposed to go on the barge. What is that? How do I get that out? I don't think I do, to be honest. Whatever, it's going to happen. I'd be curious. That should be enough to get us over the line. Oh, come on, get in there, you fuck.
Raw material accepted.
Oh, you... Oh, okay, whatever. Okay.
New certification level.
We should be able to log into that next shift, if I remember, and I might immediately get that next tier, because that reward would be, you know, pretty easy peasy.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52.
What's this? New ship Atlas Nomad. Oh, that's cool. Quasar thrusters. Oh, okay. Pressurization? Right. Now we're moving up in the world. Okay, cool. We'll close it out. Like I said, I'll try not to bang the drum. I still love the game, right? So I'm going to keep playing it. And I think we're getting some sort of value from talking about the story, right? I'm laughing at it because I think it's terrible and ill-advised, but and I suppose in a way I'm a refuge for people that agree, because I don't really think anyone else out there, like I'm not a huge YouTuber, but I don't see anyone really pushing back on the story outside of random commentors on Steam forums and all that sort of stuff, right? But like at the same time, again, I'm not interested in just hate playing this game or just being hateful. Consider, I love the gameplay loop. It's really good. It's better than it's ever been, even though it went through up and down dips, right? Now, if it's burned you too much and you're done with it, that's fine. Each to their own. It's your money. It's your product. But I'm actually having a really good time coming back to this and playing it. So I'd like to point out that I can't be that insane, right? If I actually objectively love the gameplay loop, but I feel like they've handled the narrative poorly, right? So, you know, and this confuses some people, that I have even criticism, essentially. I'm positive about some things and I'm negative about other things, but still, if you're not all in, then you're a villain, or all out, whatever. Bad luck. Stick with me if you're in the same position where you actually take things by their individual merit as opposed to just throwing in with a fucking in-group. Anyway, team, let me know if you want to see some more. Otherwise, I might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.